Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beanie, which I am naming it's a Breeze Beanie. And the reason I'm naming it that is because it's easy and because I use Lion brand Landscapes Breeze to make this hat in the video. It is a yarn that is available on Michael's website in 3-packs right now. You can also get it at lionbrand.com. This is gorgeous yarn and it is very fun to work with. It's a chain style yarn. It is 3.2 ounces, 90 grams, 157 yards, 144 meters. It is a medium weight 4 and it calls for a J hook. It is 68% modal, 26% acrylic, and 6% wool. It is a fun yarn to work with. It is colorway Seashell. So if you watched my previous video of my cowl, which I will grab, this is made with the same yarn. This is the Sea Breeze cowl. It is very easy to make. It is a simple stitch pattern. It is a great one to know so that you can work things up without really needing to know follow a pattern. So if you like the way this looks, the hat will look similar to this, except we're going to decrease the top of the hat. We are going to do the ribbing the same exact way though. So we will need to do multiples of 2, and I will leave some measurements in the description box below so that you can, if you don't know the size of the person you're making the hat for, if you don't know the size of their head, you can use the general measurements to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to grab my hook. I am not using a J hook. I like to use an I on this yarn with just the way I crochet. I crochet loosely and I don't use a J, so I use an I. This yarn was some Hobby Lobby yarn and some Michael's yarn that I held together. I think it looks like jelly beans. I can't remember the name of the Michael's yarn. This I do believe they still have. Let me see if I can find the yarn tag for this. I don't have it near me, but if I find it, I will put something below on the screen or something that says what this colorway is. And it is I Love This Yarn by Hobby Lobby, and then the white that is held in together with that is a lace weight yarn that I got from Michael's. Not sure they sell it anymore, but I will put that somewhere as well so that you have that if you want to create something similar to this beanie. All right, let's get started. Okay, I have my 5.5 mm hook, I have my yarn, and I am going to take my bracelet off because it jingles and I don't want that to get too annoying. This is a pattern of mine. I often wear this when I leave the house in case I need stitch markers when I am out. I will link this tutorial for you below. So if you want to make yourself one, you sure can. Okay, putting that aside, I'm going to start with our eye hook. Like I said, multiples of 2. This is a Hobby Lobby hook they no longer sell. It resembles the candy shop hooks. So start with a slip knot. You can chain multiples of 2 for whatever size that you are making. I will make an adult size, so I'm going to go ahead and keep chaining until I get to a chain that is slightly larger than my head, because the ribbing will bring in that measurement a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and keep chaining. I will let you know what my chain is when I get to the measurement that will fit around my head. Gonna check. Well, that fits pretty snug, so I'm going to add a few more and then I'm going to count. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 53, 54. Okay, I'm chaining 54 and double check that. I want it to be slightly loose. I'm going to go 54. For the pattern, I'm going to use an eye hook. Use whatever hook you feel comfortable with. However, once you get past the ribbing, you want to go up a hook size because it works better for the stitch pattern that way. So making sure you do not twist your chain. Joining around. We are going to chain 2, and this does not count as a stitch. We're going to put a double crochet in that same stitch or space, and then every stitch all the way around. Now it's up to you if you want to go into the back bump of each chain or if you just want to go into the chain. If you want to go into the back bump, you would turn your work like this a bit. You'll see a little bit of a bump here, and that's what you would go into. So we're going to do a double crochet in each chain all the way around. Okay, I have finished my double crochets. I did have to switch to my Susan Bates twist and lock to get into the back bump, but I should be fine now. You need to slip stitch to your first double crochet and ignore this chain 2. It is just filler. So now we are going to start doing front post and back post double crochets. How we do that is we will yarn over this first stitch here. You're going to put your hook in like this around the post, and you're going to yarn over, pull up, you're going to yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. That is a front post double crochet. To do a back post double crochet, we're going to yarn over, we're going to go around the post again, the next post, but we're going to do it from the other way. So if you're just starting and you don't know how to do this, turn your work a little bit, put your hook in from the back to the front of your post of your last row's stitch. Go through like this, yarn over, and pull that through. Then finish off like a double crochet. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Okay, the next one is going to be a front post double crochet. So yarn over, go from the front to the back around that stitch. Yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Gonna do a back one now. Yarn over, we're going to alternate front and back post double crochets all the way around, and you can do this for as many rounds as you want for your ribbing on your hat. I typically go around 2 inches or so, but I have known to be crazy and go halfway up the hat just for fun. I think it is a nice look, so it's up to you. However you would like your brim's length to be. I'll meet you at the end of this round to show you how to do the next rounds for as many rounds as you would like. You're always going to end with a back post double crochet, and then you will always slip stitch into your beginning front post double crochet and ignore your chain 2 that you have. Chain 2 and then do a front post double crochet around your previous front post double crochet. Put your back post double crochet around your previous back post double crochet. So you're going to start every row that way that you, or every round that way that you want to keep going for your brim. I will probably go this round and another round to where I'm around 2 inches in length for my brim, and then I will continue on with the body of the hat. So I will be back when I get there. Once you get your brim finished, you will switch your hook to a size up. I'm going to switch to a J, a 6mm. So I'm going to put my eye hook away, and then I'm going to join in the round at the first front post double crochet, and then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to put a single crochet in that same space or stitch, and then we're going to put a single crochet in each space or stitch all the way around. So in every front post double crochet, put a single crochet, and every back post double crochet, put a single crochet for this round. And I will meet back up with you when we get to the end of this round. Once you get to the end of that round, slip stitch into your first single crochet. We're going to chain 2 and put a single crochet in the next space or stitch. So not the same one, the next one. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, put a single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. All the way around, and I will meet back up with you when we get to the end of this round to show you how to proceed. Okay, so at the end of this round, you will see that I have put a single crochet, chained 1. I'm going to skip this next stitch, and then I'm going to put a single crochet right here. Okay, I'm not going to chain 1 at the end of this round. I'm going to go ahead and start my next round by putting a single crochet in that first chain 2 space that I had done. So I'm going to go over to that chain 2 space, put a single crochet there. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to find a stitch marker. I'm going to put that stitch marker in the chain 2 I just made, and then I'm going to proceed by putting a single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put a single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, and I'm going to do that all the way around. So each round should be the same from here on out, but I will show you the end of this one just so that you know for sure how to proceed. Okay, at the end of this round, I am towards the end. I have put a single crochet in this chain 1 space, chained 1. I'm going to put a single crochet after I skip 1, the next chain 1 space here. And then since I'm so close to the end and I can see my stitch marker, I am not going to chain 1. I'm going to go ahead and put a single crochet in my chain 2 space here, See how that just goes together nicely? Then I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to remove that stitch marker. I'm going to put it on that chain 2. I'm going to put a single crochet in the next chain 1 space. And that's how each round will go. Chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. And that will go the length of the body of your hat, depending on what size you make, is depending on how long you go. Typically for an adult hat, for say female, I would go 8 to 8.5. For adult male, I would go 8.5, 9. For a beanie style, if you want to do a fold up style, then you can go ahead and go as long as you want, and then that brim could be folded up. It's up to you. If you just wanted to make a headband and do a couple of the rows like this, and then finish the other side with some ribbing like this, like we did on our cowl, that would make a beautiful headband as well. I do not want to chain 1 there. That was my last single crochet there. I see my stitch marker in my chain 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put that single crochet right in that chain 2. Chain 2 again. Move that marker up. See that? That way we're not adding bulk to our hat and increasing. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. I'm going to continue doing that until I reach the length of my hat that I want. I will probably go to 6 to 7 inches, probably more on the 7 side, and then I will show you how to do the decrease. So I'll meet back up with you when I'm ready to decrease. Okay, so I am almost at about 7 inches. Yeah, I'm at 7 inches from the beginning of the hat. So I'm going to start decreasing. Decreasing just depends on what size you're making. So there's not stitch counts I can give you, but I can give you the method that I use to decrease the top of the hat. So in the beginning of each round, when you're decreasing, you're going to single crochet in your first chain 2 space here, like you have been doing. And instead of chaining 2, now you're just going to chain 1. Okay, I'm going to move that stitch marker so that we know where we're at next time around. And now we're going to single crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1. We're going to keep track of how many times we do that. We want to do it about 6 times. So this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to do a decrease. We're still going to do our chain 1 there. We're going to go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop. We're going to go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop. We're going to go through all 3 loops on our hook. Chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. And do that 6 times again. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to decrease again. Go in the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop. Go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3, chain 1. Just going to repeat that all the way around, depending on how many stitches that you have. It depends on what you will land on, so you may or may not have a decrease at the end. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I do have a decrease here. So I can go into my next chain 1 space, go into my next chain 1 space, yarn over and go through all 3. Now for here, it's up to you if you want to chain 1 or not. I am going to chain 1 because I am too far away. I feel like I could even put a single crochet here as well before the end of the round. So we're going to do that as the method of decreasing. So for the next round, we are just going to do as normal. We're not going to decrease. However, this beginning space here, instead of chaining the 2, we're just going to do the chain 1. Because by chaining 1, it does decrease just ever so slightly. And we want to keep decreasing, but we don't want to do it too rapidly or our hat looks a little silly on the top. So for this round, we're just going to do what we have been doing with the linen stitch, and that is single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Going to do that all the way around for 1 round. We want to alternate each round that we do with a decrease round and a regular round. So this is our regular round. This is where we decreased. Remember, we did chain 1 before it, and we did chain 1 after it. So we want to make sure that we're hitting both of those spots. Now at the end of the round, if you want to do the chain 1 and put a single crochet in that last space, you can. I'm not going to, since we are getting close to the top. I don't want to keep having the bulk of the hat, so I'm going to go ahead and pull over to here and do a single crochet, which will cinch it in just a little bit, and that's okay because we want to keep decreasing. So this round we would do another decrease round, and again we would chain 1. We would go around about 6 stitches, so put a single crochet in your next chain 1 space. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 1. We want to make sure we go into our next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3, chain 1, single crochet in your next chain 1 space. I'm going to do that 6 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chain 1, going to decrease, go in, pull up a loop, go in next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3, chain 1. I will not have 6 by the end of this row, so I'm just going to complete like I normally would without a decrease here. Got a knot in my yarn. Then I'm going to come over to the chain 1 space by the marker and put my single crochet. I'm going to chain 1, going to move that marker up and do a normal row, or no, do a normal round. You just want to continue doing that until you get, I mean, you can go until you get to the length of the hat from top to brim that you want, and then you can cinch it up. I usually go until I'm about at the point where if I do the decrease all the way around, I only have just a little bit to cinch up. So I'll show you. I will probably do one more round of the decrease. Yeah, we'll see. And then I'll show you. I just cinch through there. It's very easy. Now, if you're not interested in decreasing a hat, if that's not something you're comfortable with yet, you can go ahead and work that linen stitch straight up the hat, and then you can cinch at the top. You can cinch it closed. Okay, so I'm not going to go into another stitch here. I'm just going to go over to my chain 1. Now I'm going to do a decrease round. I don't think I'm going to be able to do maybe 2 sets of 6, so maybe I'll go 5 of the pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll do a decrease. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do another decrease. And I just have a few left here, so. And then I'll look at the top. So I'm going to take a look now. I'm going to see how far I am. I'm at about 8 inches. I'll probably cinch it closed. Yep, I'm at about 8 now. So I'm going to go ahead and do one more regular round. And then I'm going to cinch it closed. I was right at 8 inches, so I figure one more round will probably put me a little over the 8 inches. It also depends on who you're making the hat for, so if you want it to be a longer beanie, you would want to keep going and do one decrease round, one regular round all the way up, until you get to the point where you have no choice but to close your hat. You also don't want it to be into a point, so just make sure that you don't end up making your hat into a point. You can decrease faster by going into more all the way around. So I went into 6 of my stitches and then I decreased. If you want to decrease quicker, so if you want to just keep going straight up and then decrease quickly, you could go into, say, 3 of your stitches and then decrease, 3, decrease, 3, decrease, all the way around. If you want to decrease slowly, go into less than 6. I mean, it doesn't really matter how many you go into. it just so that you get to the same spot at the end. I'm gonna cut my yarn and pull through here, and I'm just gonna weave in and out and cinch it closed. Just like a drawstring, going in and out here and there. I don't know if you have had the chance to see this yarn or order any. Michaels does have it in stock. I do believe Lion Brands has it in stock. Michaels has it three skeins of the yarn, and Lion Brand has, I do believe, just individual ones. I have ran into a kink here. It cinched a bit and then it quit. There we go. I don't know what happened, but it did not. I must have maybe went through some of the yarn and it stopped it from cinching, which is easy to do. One. I like to cinch it up and then go into the other side and just poke through the yarn. Sorry, you can't really see what I'm doing. And then go into it and poke down in and finish off inside the hat where you can't see any weaving in of the ends. That is essentially how I have been making them. I have done this stitch from the top down for a hat, and I may get to making a tutorial eventually with that, but I prefer the bottom up method. It just seems to work out better and looks better to me. So that brings us to the end of our hat. Straighten it out here. I have an end I have to weave in still at the very beginning. But there you have it. I like it a lot. I have made 3 now. I didn't realize this was in the shot. This is a bag from Preemie yarns that I got years and years ago. I want to say 2017, 2018, somewhere. Maybe even before that. I don't remember. Anyway, I got this measuring tape bracelet. I wear it sometimes. It came in this bag, but this bag I now use for the Susan Bates twist and lock. It's just the other hook heads and the cutters in there, and I always have it sitting here in case I need it, and it must have slid down. So sorry that's been in the shot the whole time and you didn't know what it was. This is this one in the Landscapes Breeze yarn. And again, that colorway is Seashell. This is another one in this is the Michaels yarn. Let me grab one of them really quick. I no longer have them. They were called Natural Marl. And I do not have the ball band over here to tell you what color that was that I was using. But I feel like it was called maybe Cloud or something. these ones. They quit selling them. But I did speak about the new blossom cakes being a lot like this yarn, at least in the base of it. This yarn is 69% polyester, 22% acrylic, and 9% wool. This is limited time only on them. This is Blue Frost that I'm holding. It is called Winter Blush. So there is a lot of that skein left. A lot. I could easily get another hat out of there, if not a nice scarf or cowl to go with the hat. I like this yarn a lot. I wish I bought more. Maybe next time. In the meantime, I have my blossom cakes. And then I made one other one that I already showed you. This is Hobby Lobby yarn. The colored yarn is Hobby Lobby yarn, and the white held with it is a loops and threads yarn called Wool Like, and it's really super duper soft, but it's like lace weight. It's very tiny. I don't know if they sell this anymore. I feel like they don't. But I held it together with the crazy colors because I thought it would tame it down. I do think it worked. It reminds me of jelly beans, but I'm sure that's not what it was called. So mystery is solved. I found the ball band. This is I Love This Yarn, overdyed. And on Ravelry, it says that the page for this yarn was created in 2011, so it's pretty old. Just want to point out the price is $5.99, and their print yarn at this point I think is $4.99. So actually, if you look at it in a positive way, their yarn went down in price. It is the same yardage as their prints, 252 yards, 230 meters. Colorway is Caitlin, and I would have never guessed that in a million years, but that's what it is. They no longer sell this yarn. It is discontinued. So hooray for finding the ball band. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I appreciate it, and I hope you go make some hats and enjoy the making process. Enjoy your time with yarn. I sure do. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.